look really stressed out.
Me? Try to add some comedy to take away some of the nerves.
Is that what it was, Master Yaya?
Yeah.
Just a routine to take off the nerves?
I do. I think it's comic relief, you know. Sometimes in camp, everything just gets so bogged and stressful, and you don't get any time away. It's not like having a regular job. You can come home and crack a beer open. You know, it stays with you when you come home. So sometimes it's nice to just smile, laugh a little bit.
And you're doing your mom, right?
Yeah, my mom.
What's your mom think of your impression?
She knows that I'm like over exaggerating, but you know, she's one of my best friends and one of my biggest supporters in my fight career. So she's all about it. She thinks it's pretty funny.
Is it important to have her here for this particular fight?
She's at almost every single one of my fights. So.
Let's talk about what the emotion is like this week. I mean, it seemed like you were handling it pretty well, but I mean,
yeah.
This is a big opportunity. You know, a big opponent, Fox. What is the feeling like right now?
The feeling's great. I just, yes, it's a huge opportunity. It's on Fox, your main event, but at the end of the day, it's just a fight, and I have to look at it that way, and that's how I've been looking at it throughout the camp. She's an opponent that I have to get ready for it, and that's what I've been doing.
Certainly, you've been around the game longer, but she's kind of had the experience as of late with the layoffs that you've had. How do you kind of balance that out? I mean, does her activity level, cause any concerns with you as far as timing and that sort of thing?
No, I'm not concerned with her activity level. I think it's great for her, but I'm staying active in the gym. I have tons of teammates that are teammates fighting every other weekend. So just to be able to be around that energy and kind of be a good teammate to my other teammates has helped me just stay prepared and stay ready.
What do you think about her as an opponent? Because there does still seem to be this lingering sentiment like,
yeah.
Is she a real fighter or not?
No, she's definitely a real fighter. I feel like I have prepared the most I've ever in this camp if you compare it to any of my other camps. And so yes, she's a fighter. If she wasn't fighting for the UFC, why? She got TKO victory in her last fight. Yes, she's a fighter. So what if she's pretty? So what if she's down dancing with the stars? I still have to take her seriously.
Did you always take her seriously as a fighter, though?
Yes, you have to take every fighter seriously, and as far as me calling her green and all that stuff, it's just me trying to be honest with myself and not trying to always be so politically correct, and just being comfortable in my own skin and expressing how I feel. And it's true, she is green. I have lots more years of experience than she does, but just because she's green is not to say that I'm taking her lightly. Like I said, I've trained the hardest I've ever.
When you first learned of her, did you kind of put her in the same boat as Sage? A lot of people put them in the same boat. Paige and Sage are the sort of media creations, UFC creations. They're so popular, but are they real fighters?
Well, Sage, Sage is a martial artist. That's his background. Just because he looks like, like a Ken doll / Super Saiyan, like you can't take away his credibility. And the same with Paige. She's an athlete. She's been dancing all her life, but she's an athlete. You can't take away her credibility. With that being said, I know where I'm at, and I trust and believe in my skills and abilities, and I know that I'm a martial artist through and through.
Did you ever fantasize about going on Dancing with the Stars?
I feel like if I went on Dancing with the Stars, I'd probably take first place.
Why the long layoff?
The long layoff is because my hand broke 3 times and I blew my knee. Long story short, I guess.
How do you expect her to approach you in this fight?
You know what? To be honest, I really don't know. We've scouted her and we've seen lots of different styles from her. We've seen her play the outside game. We've seen her rush in. We've seen her like to play against the cage. So we're just ready for everything.
You said that you have to look at this as just another fight. That's how you have to look at it. Has that been a challenge for you to kind of remind yourself that it is just another fight?
No, because as far as me, just trying to keep my fans and the people that are interested in my social media platform, I try to keep them informed. I try to keep them involved with what's going on in my life, but I try to stay off the social media and stay off the hype train of the build-up of the fight, because it's a distraction.
It's still, even though it is just another fight, it is a big opportunity for you. I mean, what do you think this fight could do for your career?
I think this fight will propel me to the top 5 of the division.
What does she have to worry about with you? What you bring to the octagon?
I think she has to be worried everywhere.
Be a little more specific.
I feel like I'm more well-rounded than her in every aspect of the game. You know, I train in Albuquerque. We have high altitude there. I've been training my endurance because that's what she's known for. I've been training my wrestling. I have a karate background, been doing martial arts for 20 years. You know, I have the best coaches in the world. Is that?
You broken the same hand 3 times?
Broken the same hand 3 times.
Your right?
It's my right hand, and I have a plate in it now and 6 screws, so it's good to go.
Is it sore all the time more than your left?
It actually
right now?
it actually feels more sturdy now that I have the plate in, just because I know that it's not going anywhere with the plate and the screws in. Before, after it breaking 3 times, it's like, okay, come on, you know.
I assume you broke it fighting.
I broke it fighting the initial time, and then getting ready for my fights the other 2 times.
Just was too weak.
Yeah, you know, I just bones are brittle, and the human skull is meant to protect the brain. And when you hit the human skull, and you have little straw weight hands like me, then they break.
Has that forced you to kind of work on your kicks?
Yeah.
Your ground game more? Because,
Absolutely.
Because you're worried about that. So
Yeah.
I mean, you feel it's almost like it's a good thing.
It definitely is a good thing. I think anytime an athlete gets an injury, if they want to continue with the sport and if they want to continue to grow and evolve, they have to learn how to adapt, and that's exactly what I've done. I've took my adversity and I've made it something that has made me a better fighter.
I'm sorry if you already asked this, but just how much are you looking forward to, I mean, first headlining fight, to hear your name in that stage, in this arena, what would that mean to you?
You know, it's a goal of mine that I have had on my list for a long time since I started fighting. You know, I had this huge vision board in my apartment, and one of those visions was to be in the UFC, and that was back in the day when Dana White said absolutely no women deserve to be in the octagon. So that check mark is crossed off, and this is another one to be able to headline, and I have plenty of more goals ahead of me. So this is just one of the steps.